One of the original reasons that we started to work with IT by Design was just literally the cost of labor, right? So trying to find that tier 3 tech in a very severe drought of employment opportunities for IT personnel made it challenging. And so while Minnesota Nice is not typically open to anything other than a Minnesota accent, we decided to take a shot. We found out about IT by Design through HTG. Their story was compelling, but Minnesota Nice made us very reluctant. And so our initial kind of dabbling with IT by Design was we were going to bring in a tier 3 tech to help our techs. Our clients wouldn't even know about it, right? Like we wanted to shield them from any possible accent or offshore resource. And so we said, that's fine. How cool would it be if we just had somebody who was there to help our team? So that was our initial thoughts, is we wanted to hire a technician to help our technicians. There was some turbulence getting started, and it didn't have to do with the resource. It had to do with our rhythm, our over-the-shoulder training. We were used to walking down the hall, seeing John or Sally work on something and hey, do this and do that and do this. And you can't do that when they're remote. Now, for those folks that have remote workers, probably a pretty easy adoption curve. For us, it wasn't. And so for the first month or two, it was tougher. And then once we realized that, hey, if we chat them regularly, or if they're on Slack channel or whatever your chatting thing is, or if you do have regular check-ins, they responded incredibly well. And if I zoom all the way up to the present time, and if I were to run a utilization report or a profitability by technician report or a customer satisfaction report, our IT by Design resources is in the top 3 of every major success report we have. So the evolution of our IT by Design resource has been a journey. We started being very hands-off of client-facing ticket and work, behind the scenes, after-hours work, patching, escalation, servers, Office 365 deployments, the things that you could interact with via ticket updates. And what has happened is as we've become more comfortable with Raj, and Raj has become more comfortable with us and our clients and our systems, it's become transparent. He's no longer the remote guy, the after-hours guy, the escalation guy. He's just another guy. So he works the same tickets on the board. He's still interacting with our clients. He's taking phone calls. Matter of fact, when we have meetings, we take turns as to who takes calls. He takes a turn, takes the calls, does the deal. We don't really have a IT by Design queue and a employee queue. We just have a work queue. He's part of the team and he interacts fully. And again, that's been an evolution. I would say if you talk to us after 4 months, that's not what it was like. We had to earn his trust and he had to earn ours. And it worked both ways. But once that trust got established, all the barriers disappeared. Also, as to whether or not I would recommend offshore resourcing and specifically IT by Design, the answer is yes. But as much as I would recommend hiring another tech, I think that if you try to cloak it with different colors and different criteria, you're over blurring it. You're making it too complicated, right? The reality is you need a good culture fit. You need someone who your people are going to get along with, who are going to work well with, who are going to communicate and do handoffs well with. And the fact that they're offshore isn't really the most critical decision there. And so what I would tell folks is no offshore resource is perfect, right? No staffing company is perfect. No employee is perfect, right? And so what you do is you interview as well as you can. You do the trial period and kind of figure it out. And once you have a good team member, you let them go. Like just let it go. And so if you're looking at cost challenges, if you're having trouble hiring, if you have good process, good documentation, good systems, if you have a good onboarding program, if you have a good way to collaborate, offshore IT is a great option for you to consider. And yeah, you may actually save some money while you're at it.